Hello everyone, thank you again for joining us in this new review. So today what we're going to review? Today we're going to review Instant by Emberify. What is Instant? Instant is a lifestyle app to help you keep track of the any time spent using your device. So basically this application will run as in a headless mode, and then throughout your usage of your device, you'll record down how much you have used this device, and as such recorded in the application. Instant, however, is not a free application. It is available in the app world today for $2.50 in Sing dollars. And now let's take a look at Instant. So right here I have two devices, namely the P9982, which is the collaboration between Porsche Design and BlackBerry, as well as a retail set of a Q10. So now, as you can see, both of my devices here are running the latest operating system, which is 10.3. So this user experience may not be what you have been expecting, but of course we'll look at a operating system of 10.2 later on. But for now, let's take a look at Instant running on the latest OS 10.3. So now, what we're going to see here first is that we're going to use the Porsche Design P9982. So when I launch the Instant app, of course, my Porsche Design P9982 have already ran the Instant app, therefore there's no start screen or whatsoever. But let me elaborate again. We'll come to that later in a short while. So now, as you can see right here in the Instant, after you have launched it, you'll see how many minutes that you have used the device. So in this case, I've used my Porsche Design today for 78 minutes already, and yesterday I've used a total of 100 minutes. Now, when you have a swipe down, we can see that there's a help, there is a about, as well as the settings. So if you look at the about here will show you, of course, basically the Emberify logos, details, and the app version. And then if you look at the help, it will tell you basically pretty much whatever this whole application is about. And last but not least, we will look at the settings. So the settings here will allow you to actually keep track of the so-called, whether if you want to run it in headless mode or run it without headless mode support. So by default, auto tracking is turned on. So actually, it will allow the application to keep running even though your device may be in idle mode or whatsoever. So this is actually to make sure that the analytics and of course the data that is being stored in the application is as accurate as possible. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, in the application we have the history. So history, as we can see in the last 3 days, my usage here has been 100 minutes, 42 minutes, and at the moment 79 minutes. And of course, the key functionality of this application is to actually set your daily limits and reminders on how much you should be using the application, and when the limit is hit, of course it's supposed to tell you a reminder. So how does the reminder run? So as you can see, in the daily limits here, we can see that, just hold on. Alright, so as you can see in the daily limits, right here, we can set it to regardless of how long that we want. So in this case, I've set it to 12 hours and a reminder frequency of 4 hours. So what does this mean? This means that once the device has hit the limit, it will pop up in the notification of your BlackBerry hub to tell you that it has actually hit the limit. And as you can see here, Instant, it will tell me that the headless has started. It is well, as you can see, it is well integrated straight into the BlackBerry hub. And then, so when you use the BlackBerry hub to read the messages, emails, and whatsoever, automatically you will be able to see all these notifications for Instant. So let's take a look on the Q10. So, as I've mentioned earlier, Instant by Emberify is actually very much built for all of the BlackBerry 10 platforms. So regardless whether if you have a squarish screen or a rectangular screen of the Z30 or Z10, it will work perfectly fine. So here we go. As we can see in the BlackBerry Q10, I have only used 2 minutes today, and yesterday I have not touched my device. So reminder, we can be setting it, we can set it as 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes, or even up to 12 hours. So in this case, we have set it to 4 hours and 4 hours, and of course, we are able to set the reminders as you can see just now, the history, and all the same functionality that was found on the P9982. So let's take a look. So for example, if your daily limit has been exceeded, what will happen? So when you go to the BlackBerry Hub, they'll have an instant notification, and right here we can see that what is the error, or whether if you have already exceeded your time use for the day, and etc. So this will actually prompt you to actually take a look at your own usage, and perhaps if you are those who are trying to get rid of the addiction to your mobile device, this will actually remind you to stop using the device. So now, what's the main purpose of this application from developers? The developer has let us know that this application is targeted to promote a balanced lifestyle by helping you to keep track of your phone usage so that you can limit your activities. As BlackBerry is still no doubt targeted at prosumers and professionals alike, this application can be useful, especially for those who are seeking to curb their reliance and the use of such device. So as you can see, this so-called hands-on right now is all about 10.3, as well as if you have already run Instant. So once you have downloaded Instant fresh off the BlackBerry world, how will it look like? So let's take a look at it right now. So right here we have Instant. This is running on the current official OS, which is the 10.2.1. And let's have Instant to run. So once we have run Instant, it will come to straight away to this page. And as you can see, I have not run Instant at all before. And then functionality wise, they are all identical, as you can see here. Now, one function that I forgot to mention about earlier is the share button. So as you can see, there's a share button here, and when I click on the share button, it will bring me straight to the Twitter. What I'm looking forward to most in the next update is that the share functionality will not only allow me to share my usage on Twitter, but also onto my BlackBerry Messenger, Facebook, and other social media that is really linked to my device. So as you can see here, if I click share, oops, not this, okay, maybe I'll have this is linked to my Twitter. So as you can see, once I click on to share, it brings me straight to the Twitter API, and right here I can share to Twitter, my Twitter followers, roughly how long I've used the device, and of course with the hashtag Instant BlackBerry. So as I mentioned earlier on, Instant is not available in the BlackBerry world for $2.50, and it is currently a BlackBerry 10 exclusive application. For now, Emberify has let us know as well that they are seeking to bring the application to competing platforms such as Android and iOS in the coming weeks, and of course in the next revision update to the BlackBerry application here will include even more analytics, and we are definitely looking forward to that. So as you can see right here, Instant is now available in BlackBerry world for $2.50 Sing dollars, and if you think that this will be useful to you, by all means go ahead and download it. For myself, it is useful because I can keep track on roughly how long I have used this application in not rather this application, but rather how long I have used my devices per day, and this will help me to keep track on my usage. But as for its overall usefulness, right now there's no analytics that's built. There's not much analytics that's built in, so we might want to wait until the next revision to take a look at it. But otherwise, this application can be useful, especially for prosumers and business users. So that's about it for today, and I thank you very much for listening in.